Let's go!
Here we go. Let's figure this out. So here's, once again, the hair, right? You got some hair on here. This is where it gets nuts. Oh, he's crazy. He's like, oh, and then he's got a big nose too. Ah, he's like screaming. Ah, he's got teeth back here, and he's got angry eyes. He's very angry because of how buff he is. I'm so buff. Shirt is shredded for some reason, right? The jacket is torn. I can't believe the jacket is torn. See, yeah, I'm starting to see it, right? It's starting to make sense. Yeah, I like it. I'm convinced. You know what? Even if I didn't already know. So you got some fingers and, you know, they're going over here, right? And then you got a big thumb right here. And it's right. If Rock Howard let the demon take control of him, then he became Geese, you know, in some way. It's a modern day Capcom design. Shut up, chat. Yeah, he's Lakers rock. Let's watch the actual Antonov trailer, get a better idea of what this KOF 14 newcomer slash boss character is going to be doing to this game, and how different he's going to be outside of his absolutely, and I'll say it right now, his absolutely outstanding redesign. We're going to take Randy Savage and we're going to take Hulk Hogan and it was Antonov, released unto the earth. He was a boss character in the old one. He was like the last, he was like the guy that was running the event. Damn, that's a thick belt. Antonov. A lot more personality. He was just like a bald buff guy before with a cigar. Galaxy Anton Wrestling? Damn. It's funny how just a little redesign is so much better. Just a little redesign. I barely remember what Antonov did because so few people actually played him in KOF 14, but damn! Triple flex? Whoa, holy, what? Hold on. Whoa! Dude, his special activations, what is this, max mode now? That looks like a max mode activation right there. Dude, wow. All right. I gotta say, for a character that I thought was like a complete pass, right? This guy is just a complete, yeah, whatever. If he comes back, whatever, you know, I don't know. Damn, dude. I think the only thing that's throwing me off is like, what are you holding in your belt? Is this thing just full of cigars? What did he look like before? I'll show you his previous design. KOF 14 and here's an actual in-game screenshot. He was a little generic looking, right? I mean, okay, I'm gonna say a lot generic looking. Wow, is this fucking real? This looks rough. Holy shit. That shit looks rough. Here's his official art. Damn. Okay, so here's his official art. This is different than this because this is actual in-game art. Holy shit, that looks rough. For anyone that says that KOF 15 looks like KOF 14, I'm convinced you just never played KOF 14. Yeah, he looks a lot different than this old design, you know? Where he was just like bald, sort of buff dude. Now he's actually personality man. I'm gonna take the personality of all these other wrestlers and inject it into my own ass. Yeah, this was like the belt that he had before. He had the bull belt. Similar to the majority of like KOF 14 designs where some of them are really in between, like very classic, like mid-2000s KOF stuff. I think this just feels, everything about this feels better. The same way that the majority of the way new designs have sort of like absorbed the old and a little bit of the new. Yeah, I feel like a lot of KOF 15 characters are a bit more charismatic, and I feel like they're just designed a little bit better. And that's because SNK did not have a very big history doing 3D games when they started with KOF 14. They really didn't. And if the ones that they did have, they didn't have substantially great results. So KOF 14 was kind of like a primer before they started jumping into their other 3D endeavors, you know, and now they have a bunch of games under their belt. Let's prep it again because Believe it or not, this character now actually looks really fun to me. And it's weird, his design was just so generic before that it always put me off. So he was like the sub-boss of KOF 14. Before the arena gets nuked, you know? Yeah, I want big bombastic-ass characters like this. This is neat. This is why I want Rugal back, man. Rugal's like a big bombastic badass like villain character. I'd love to see a modern take on Rugal, you know? God, that looks great. So there was something like a max mode cancel here. Yeah, is this actually the new max mode cancel? Wow. It might be because he's in yellow shits after this. Check that out. I think this flash is now a max mode cancel. Or maybe like a quick max mode. Maybe there's different kinds of max modes now because he's going right into super. That means it's more like an instinct activation, a V-trigger activation, like an RC. Yeah, blue is raw and purple is quick max. That's true. There was a couple of options that we were talking about before. It seems like, you know, that max mode always had a really fast activation period in older KOFs that made it very hard to do, where it was like, shit, this is going to be tough, depending on what button you canceled from. And they might be taking that out a little bit, right? My biggest issue with the old version of max modes, where like your characters would auto run forward and, you know, do stuff like that. My biggest issue with the max mode cancel, which was just a raw, you know, you cancel and you move forward and you do stuff. My biggest complaint was that the games were online and it was so hard to do. If you wanted to do like short, stand short, something like that, max mode cancel, it would be so difficult to land like a run forward, stand heavy because of the damn input delay on the net code. Like that net code made it aggressively difficult to do, to the point where it's like, dude, just give me like an activation time. So even though this game might have better netcode, we don't know exactly yet. I do think that that's something that is like, okay, right? They're once again, they're making something that was difficult to do before, but did lead to cool stuff. They're making it easier. Okay. So people will have access to easier stuff first. However, what are they doing with it? They're adding multiple different versions of the activation and potentially more things you can do after a max mode activation than ever before. So that sort of falls in line with that bullshit that we've been talking about for a hell of a long time, which is about the follow-up games are allowed to streamline mechanics, right? You're allowed to do that as long as it doesn't lead to less stuff, right? If you simplify and streamline mechanics and essentially make it less intuitive, or I'm sorry, more intuitive but less functional, that's no good. People get upset. But if you make something easier to do, but now give people more options and more stuff to do with the thing, everyone's always happy, right? Even people that are like execution heavy and really appreciate that stuff, if you give them more stuff to do with that thing, everyone's chill. Everyone's super happy. So this seems like it might be leading in that direction. Although we still haven't seen like raw mechanics of the game yet, like in demonstration form. So this is all hearsay, right? That time! Well, I think he looks great. This is a character that before I really didn't think looked cool or was an incredible addition. Although I am definitely not the KOF history expert, but literally mixing like Macho Man with Hulk Hogan, I think that's a pretty good idea.